Hey guys, it's me Untitled Chapter and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're gonna make this wonderful password generator just by using HTML, CSS and few lines of JavaScript. As you can see, if we just click on the generate password, it generate a random password, and we can include uppercase letter, lowercase letter. Also, we can input numbers, symbols, and so many other things. And we can also give length. That's how much later the password length will be, as you can see on the screen right now. And if we click on the copy, it copies the password and we can paste it in anywhere we can want. So without wasting time, let's go to our VS Code. So first of all, I'm gonna change the title. That would be Younger Coding, my channel name. Then I'm gonna link the CSS file and as well also JavaScript file. For JavaScript file script src, I am created a script.js file. So in first one, I'm gonna use a section tag. In there, first one id of div will be password generator. Then we're gonna use class of generate, and before that we're gonna use h1, that would be password generator of text. Okay, first one under generator, we are gonna use input type will equal text and id for now blank, read only, and id will be password. That's the main input box where password will show. So let's go box icon and copy the icons of copy. So let's copy the CSS link from there and go to uses, then search for copy, and I'm gonna use this icon. So then we're gonna use include class. Under the include class, we're gonna use label, and for would be nothing, and so I'm gonna cutting the for. So first of all, we're gonna use input.checkbox. Okay, id will be first one's id will be uppercase, and we're gonna also use before the input span first one will be, we're gonna use uppercase. That's why this one will be include uppercase letters. As you can see, I am writing. Okay, let's copy it. We're gonna paste it to 3 more additional time, and for the first one we are gonna use password length. So I forgot to add whatever. So first one will be password length. Then we're gonna use input of numbers. Okay, as you can see, input clone numbers, and we're gonna remove the name because we don't need the name, and id will be length. Okay, let's change the every id name and spans also. So id second one will be lowercase, third one will be numbers, and fourth one will be symbols. Okay, after the include class, we're gonna use input type equal to button, and value will be generate password, and we're gonna use id of btn. Okay, so first of all, we're gonna use read only, and also I forgot to give placeholder. So placeholder will be generate a password. That's will show in input. So let's move to our CSS. So this is our HTML. So I have a font family of poppins. So in universal text selector, it will be margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing will be border box. Okay, so let's go live and see the result, how it's looking like. So it is now our DOM. So we are gonna change it by using CSS. So I'm gonna targeting body, and body display will be flex, justify content center, and align item also be center. Mean height to take it in the center will be 100 vh. Okay, background, we are gonna use this kind of hexadecimal value, and color will be white of every text. So we are gonna targeting section. Okay, sections height, we are gonna use 600 pixels would be good, as well as width also be 600 pixels. And then copy the 3 lines from body, display, flex, justify content, and center, and align item. So we're gonna use busy to white. Okay, so we don't need this color of white in body. Okay, let's decrease the height 550, and width will be 400 pixels, and we're gonna use padding top to 10%. Okay, let's minimize it, and we're gonna first of all we're gonna targeting password generator id. So for that, hash and the name of id. Then we're gonna use height to 100% and width also to 100%, as you can see. Also before that, in section, we're gonna use border radius to 20 pixels. Okay, we should increase the width of 480 pixels. That's what looks good. You can give any kind of height width you want, and we're gonna use display flex and justify content flex direction column, and we're gonna use gap will be 30 pixels. Then we're gonna targeting password generator h1, and its color will be orange red. That looks good. And we're gonna use font size to 2.5 em. Text align will be centered. That's go in the middle of our box of section. We're gonna use padding top in section will be 7%. Then we're gonna use text shadow 1 pixels 10 pixels of radius. Orange red 10 pixels of radius, it's too much, so we should use 3 pixels. Okay, 3 pixels looks good. Then we're gonna targeting the generate class. Okay, so for that I'm gonna copy the generate, then targeting that. Under the generate class it will be 100%, and we're gonna copy this, and then we're gonna targeting okay, generate and input. Under the input, okay, and its height also be 100 pixels and width also 100 pixels. Okay, that's cut the full screen. Okay, in the password generate class, our position will be relative, and we're gonna use padding left in input will be 15 pixels. Then we're gonna targeting the eye. That was our copy icon. Okay, so let's give a height in input, that would be 45 pixels, and in the generate eye we're gonna use position absolute, right 2 pixels, font size 2.5 em, and top to 2 pixels. And in input we're gonna use border to none, that's remove the border. And last one will be color will be this kind of RGB value. So in generate we're gonna use after effect, so it after will be content will be blank, and position will be absolute. Height is gonna be 4 pixels, and width will be 100%. And we're gonna use background to linear gradient Okay, as you can see I'm writing. Okay, so linear gradient, in there will be to right, then add a comma, not dot, comma. Orange red color will be orange red, and we can use blue violet also looks good. As you can see on our screen, it has come. Then we are gonna use left 0 to come in the our section. Okay, and we are gonna use top to 45 pixels, and if we click the input, that's comma border, so let's remove just by using one line. So if we use outline to none, that's remove the border or while clicking. Okay, as you can see we just can read the text. Okay, then we are gonna use cursor pointer in our icon. So we are done with our first one. Then target the include, that's display will be flex, and also not include labels. Okay, gap we are gonna use 20 pixels. Okay, so let's first of all we're gonna target include, and it's also display will be flex, which was okay. We're gonna use flex direction to column to come in a columns. Okay, we're gonna use gap 5 pixels, and we should remove the gap too, and give the justify content to space between. Okay, let's go at the right side of the check boxes. We're gonna use padding left right to 10 pixels, that's come kinda right left, and we're gonna also use padding left to 10 pixels. That looks pretty good. So we're done with this. So we're gonna copying include labels, and we're gonna use of length was the number input value, and we're gonna use, so remove the height and width input. So we are gonna go and copy these lines of code to remove the remove this thing. We don't need this moja appearance, so remove. We can just write the number, which number we want. Okay, we're gonna also use outline to learn to remove the border. As you can see, also we should use to padding left to 5 pixels. That's kinda centerize the things, all things. As you can see, it's looking so good. So let's target the value will be default value will be 20 and give to checked. Okay, every option checkbox will be checked for by default. Okay, let's target the btn for button. So buttons, let me let me fully screen this with will be 200 pixels. We're gonna hit height is gonna be 45 pixels. As you can see, it looks good. Okay, then we're gonna use margin left will be 28%, border will be none to remove the border, and we're gonna use border radius to 12 pixels, looks cool. And then we're gonna use background to linear gradient to top. Okay, then add a comma, and two colors we're gonna use. First one will be orange red and second one will be blue violet. Okay, the same color we use in generate after effect. Okay, let's give a color of white and increase that font size of our button text. Okay, button 1.1 em and give the cursor pointer. Okay, then we're gonna targeting, if we hover the button what will happen. So we're gonna copy the background to linear. Okay, then gonna paste it, and we give wrong brackets, so remove this first. So fixing it, so let's fix it, adding a second brackets. Okay, and we will change to bottom, that changes the color from top to bottom. Okay, as you can see, I'm gonna show you. As you can see on our screen, it's changing the color while hovering the button. Okay, so we're done with our css. So let's move. Before that, we're gonna use in section box shadow will be 5 pixels, 8 pixels and 20 pixels of radius and RGB value to this kind of. So as you can see, it looks prettier. So first of all, I'm gonna targeting in JS every kind of single thing element what we need. By this we should use const password element for the password, that would be input of id is password, will be document.query selector of password. So I'm gonna targeting everything like copy element, a length element, uppercase, lowercase, symbol and button. Also we have some uppercase characters, lowercase characters, symbols and numbers character, that should be our password. So for that we have two function to create. First one will be generate our password and second one is all copy. So in first function we are going to use let password will be blank for right now. Okay, by using double quotation, and we are going to use length of pass will be length element dot value, which we are giving in our HTML DOM of password length. Okay, character will be for now will be blank. So we are gonna use a condition. So if characters plus equal, okay, first one will be uppercase element dot checked. If the uppercase element checked will be otherwise the uppercase character will be blank, or if the check that will use A to Z with uppercase. So I'm gonna target giving it the first one lowercase, symbols and numbers. So last one we're gonna use a for loop, then let will be I and 0 I length of pass, the length of our which we are giving, the customer is giving. Okay, I plus plus. First of all we're gonna use get a random number of password. So first let random is equal to math.float, then we're gonna use math.random times my characters dot length, which is coming from the length, as you can see. Okay, it creates a divided sum. So let's divide the characters. So password equal plus is equal characters dot substring, that some kind of things like passwords, characters, numbers, lowercase, uppercase. So substring random plus 1, that gives a number. While so last after the for each loop we are going to use password element will be dot value will be password. So as you can see on our DOM, okay, this is our generate. So if we click the button element, that's the function will call. Okay, so we're gonna use btn element dot add event listener. It will be click, and we're gonna giving the name of our function that will be generate password. So as you can see, if we clicking on our generate password, is generating some random numbers. If we unhook this, that's remove the things just including symbols. Okay, if we don't check anything, that won't so for copying, we're gonna use a async function, and its name will be copy pass. Okay, async function, that's after a generate function work, then the async function will work. So we're gonna use a condition if navigator dot clipboard. So then we're gonna use a second bracket, then we're gonna use await, then navigator dot clipboard dot write text. Write text means the generate password hot generated. Okay, write text, we're gonna use a password element dot value, the generate password generated randomly some numbers. Okay, as you can see, we're gonna use a alert when it's copying. So we're gonna use password copied to the copied. Okay, that show gives a alert from the DOM. So we're done. We're gonna use by clicking on the copy element, like the copy button. So we're gonna use a add event listener of click, and we're gonna give the function of copy password in here. Just paste it in here, and we're done. As you can see, if we clicking on the generate password, it's generating. So it's generating some random of numbers that would be your password. If we click on the copy, it gives a alert. We also can paste it anywhere you want. So we can and just if we don't need uppercase or lowercase letter, we will uncheck. Just if we need just a symbols, it's show. So thanks for watching. This is our video, so make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Meeting with you in the next video. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.